I think one thing that people wonder when they watch your offense is how in the world are Tyreek and Jalen often seemingly so open in the middle of the field? Is it simply their talents? If you could explain from your perspective why you think that's been the case.
Yeah, I think it goes into obviously utilizing their skill sets of speed, but at the same time, I think it comes into just what do they do well and what is the defense trying to do. So basically, putting them in spots to be able to utilize their skill sets. So the one thing you see about our offense is that we're constantly in motion, we're constantly moving pieces to try and allow our guys to get in positions to attack the defense. So I think it's a combination of the process when it starts on Tuesday when we start coming up with the game plan. All right, how do we get our guys in best position to attack the defense and what they're trying to do coverage wise, and then it comes into their understanding, their execution. All right, combination with Tua, the timing. Just you start the ingredients, being baked on Tuesday, and when it all comes together, you have a great dish on Sunday. So I think that's just a challenge for us each week is to make sure that we don't, uh, you know, just run plays to run plays. We run plays with a purpose, and I think that's the greatest thing about what we do around here.
Frank, Jeff Wilson's contribution, I thought I saw him have a good block against the rusher when against Tua, the reception, the 28-yard run, the physical presence. What did he do? What does he add to the offense?
I think you hit everything right there. I mean, that's exactly what he brings. I mean, versatility within the offense, an understanding already of it coming from San Francisco, his familiarity with Mike and knowing what Mike's going to ask him to do. So I think this last Sunday was a good representation of what he's going to bring, and not being a one-dimensional back doing one thing. I mean, he's got a broad skill set. I mean, it's pretty cool to see him make that catch and then dive in from 4 yards out to score. So, and then just a guy who loves football. You can just feel his energy every day when you're just talking to him. So I think that we're really fortunate that it was able to happen, and just keep utilizing him for what he can do, and that's a complete back.
Greg, how would you assess Robert Jones for a start to the guard?
I thought he did a good job. I think there was some things that when you come out there, as far as making sure you're looking at the right things, constantly working on technique as things move. But overall, we felt that he executed the game plan. He was physical, and the things that he needs to work on and improve on, he's well aware of, and he's already attacking it starting yesterday. So I'd say overall we're very pleased with where he started for his first game.
In regards to Tyreek Hill, the football player on the field from the moment he's arrived, when I say to you, is there a moment, the first moment, a moment that just jumps in your mind like, wow, that's different, wow, that's unique, wow, that's special, wow, I haven't seen that. Does something jump in your head when I talk like that?
Yes, and unfortunately, I saw it for 4 years on the other sideline in division, so I just watched it all the time and go like, all right, wow, all right. I mean, I remember back in 2018, he was lined up in the slot on our rookie nickelback, and just standing there going like, uh-oh, and then he just runs right past him, and they're like he was like a freaking cone standing right there, and and so when you watch it on the other sideline, 2 games a year for 4 years, when he comes to the field in person, the one thing that sticks out to me might not even be what the world would see. To me, what sticks out is his passion, his work ethic, his ability, and it starts in individual drills, how hard he works. I mean, success isn't by chance in this league. I mean, it's not like so many times people say, oh, wow, look, he makes it look easy. He makes it look easy because of his preparation and the diligence he has. It just, when you're around, I was fortunate enough early in my career to be in New Orleans around so many great players, and just the strain at which they operated just on a daily basis, he's the epitome of that. So I think overall, the production that we see on the field, that was never surprised. I saw that way too often. However, how he is as a worker, how he is as a guy, that is what sticks out to me, because that's why that's why he's successful.
How are you guys treating the return of Austin Jackson? Do you want to get him back in at right tackle, or with the way Brandon Shell's playing, would you like to see him see if he can have a hold on that, or maybe give Austin a chance to compete at left guard with Rob Jones? How do you want to
Yeah, I think ultimately we're just trying to make sure we get, Austin ramped up in an appropriate way so we don't have any, setbacks or anything. So introducing back in, the slow ramp up into getting ready for the game. Ultimately, I mean, our goal is to play the best five, and whatever combination that is what we're going to try and put out there. So ultimately, though, right now, like as far as where guys go, each spot, I would think that as you guys have seen throughout the season, I mean, the consistency and the versatility is kind of something we've tried to hit on from the beginning, especially with the line. All right, so when it comes to his return, I mean, we'll evaluate that when we get there. But ultimately, right now, our goal is just to get him back to the practice field, to get him back to the game field.
Coach, earlier this week, Mike had talked about the idea of how many people put into the running game with yourself, Mike Pearson, Lemuel Jean-Pierre, Matt Applebaum. And I'm just curious, as a former center, former run game coordinator, all that stuff, how have you enjoyed getting with this group of people to put together a game plan each week, especially in the running game?
It's been awesome. I mean, for me personally, starting really kind of in Chicago, doing run plans, or kind of independent by myself, and having to learn through that process. I always studied the Shanahan scheme, and we were kind of similar doing some of that in Chicago. So for me to really watch what Mike was doing from afar, and then now, and kind of when you study a scheme, it's hard to really replicate it sometimes unless you're inside of the system. So now you kind of understood certain things. Now working with Mike every day on that has been awesome. I mean, the way he sees football, the creativity, the understanding of that, what the defense is trying to do and how to attack it. I mean, it's been awesome. And it's kind of like, I'd say our game planning always starts on Tuesday with an abstract thought of where we see the vulnerability or what the defense, what area we need to attack, what we're both seeing, and then we kind of build a game plan off of that. As opposed to many places you've been, hey, these plays worked against them, let's do that, let's do this, where we start with an abstract thought, right, and kind of go, okay, here's what we see, now let's build upon that. And I would say that Mike's, that's one of his greatest strengths is understanding the defense, its rules, right, where they're trying to do things, and then we build a plan off of that. So, and then the guys help with that as well when we look at combination blocks, right, leverages, stuff like that. I mean, that's where the whole, I would say, it starts off with a lump of clay and then turns into a piece of art by the end of the week. Is